and welcome to the Best Boutique Brand Awards. My name is Audrey Sadlier, and I am extremely pleased to be here to present the very first hybrid event in the lingerie and swim industry, bringing together 6 European countries at the same time. This exclusive event is made possible by new technology, inventiveness, and engagement, the 3 drivers which will lead us forward. Before we go any further, I would like to mention and to thank one by one the supporting brands of the event, which are Aubade, Chantel, Louisa Brack, Maison Lejabi, Marie-Jo, Oscalito, Prima Donna, Selmark, and Simon Perel. Thank you. Thank you to all our supporting brands. Here with me on the stage are Intima co-owners Francesca Spinetta and Marco Pisani. Welcome and hello.
Hi, good evening. Good evening, everybody. Bonsoir, buonasera, buenas tardes, guten Abend, and good evening. Our company is known for organizing Best Retail Awards in several countries. This year, we felt it was important to reverse the rule and turn our attention to the brands. The brands who have also been through a challenging time with order cancelled, payment delayed, production and deliveries issues, and reduced teams on top of this. But they were constantly there, and their representatives were there. And this is really need to be acknowledged by all of us here tonight. The Best Boutique Brand Award is here for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Francesca.
We are very happy to share with you all this wonderful and unique event that brings together, for the first time ever, the European top boutique and buyers and the best-selling brands. Welcome to all of you, and obviously, enjoy the digital evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, as I mentioned, 6 countries are participating in the awards event. So let's find out one by one what they are by saying hello to our country Zoom rooms and their coordinators. So coordinating with France, we have Géraldine Haute from Intima, editor of Intima.
Good evening, bonsoir à tous.
Bonsoir Géraldine, ça va?
Bien, bien, bien.
C'est bien de te voir, and maybe we can connect with the Zoom room from France, with our panel, our stores and our brands.
Ecco, tout le monde un petit coucou quand on va se voir apparaître.
Bonsoir la France.
Hey.
Hello to France. Good evening. Hello
Bonsoir.
and welcome. Thank you for being with us tonight on this event. Thank you very much. Laura Achilli, editor of Linea Intima, is in connection with us. Hello,
Ciao,
Laura.
Audrey.
Ciao.
Buonasera a tutti.
Buonasera.
Hello, everybody.
benvenuti.
Thrilled to be here.
Benvenuta.
And welcome.
Welcome, benvenuta a te e benvenuta. Welcome to the Zoom room for Italy with our stores and with our brands. Connecting now with the Italian Zoom room.
Eccoci.
Buonasera,
Ciao a
buonasera a
tutti.
tutti.
Buonasera
Grazie.
a tutti. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for being with us tonight. The Italian Zoom room. We move over now to sunny Spain, where we have Laura Ugalde, editor of SIL. Hola, Laura.
Hola,
Hola, ¿qué
saludos a
tal?
todos, bienvenidos. Ciao.
Welcome. Welcome to Spain, to Laura Ugalde, and to the Spanish Zoom room with our Spanish stores and our brands in connection. Buenas tardes, hola. Bienvenidos a todos. Hola, wonderful. Now we travel to Germany, where we have Petra Schmatz, editor of Zoo. Petra, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Hallo jeder, herzlich willkommen. Schönen guten Abend. Wir wünschen viel Spaß bei der Verleihung.
Good evening, Petra. Good evening to Germany. Welcome and welcome to the German stores at the event.
Und jetzt bitte ich darum zu winken. Wir werden alle kurz mal auf die Leinwand projiziert. Genau, wunderbar, sehr schön.
Good evening to all the stores and the brands from Germany. Hello and thank you for connecting to this event.
Vielen Dank, dass ihr mit dabei seid.
And finally, for the UK and Ireland, we have Pamela Scott, owner and editor of Underlines. Hello, Pam.
Hello, it's nice to see you, Audrey. It's so nice to see so many people here.
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah. We look forward to a great event this evening. Thank you for connecting with us. And we should have the Zoom room for the UK and Ireland with our stores and our brands. Good evening. Hello to everybody in the UK and Ireland. It's great to be with you. Thank you very much. So I would now like to outline for you the contest selection rules. Our jury panel was made up of stores selected throughout 3 years of Best Shop Awards, which means that this top 500 panel was determined on the basis of the results of the past editions of our National Retail Awards in France, Italy, Spain, Germany, the UK, and Ireland. So we proceeded to ask our jury panel on the basis of the overview of the year to indicate their best-selling brands by category for 2020. And behind me, you could see the listed all the stores who participated and to whom we would like to express a warm thank you for their time and for their dedication in providing the information. Thank you very much to all the stores who participated. Now, thank you again to the stores. Now, before we present you with all the data we collected, I invite you to sit back, take a big deep breath for a few seconds. Take a look. Very inspiring. So let's start with the European overview of the year 2020. Francesca, can you please share some data with us?
Yes, of course. Let's see some charts and numbers together. Let's start with the relatively good news I was saying, apologies. The lingerie boutiques resisted overall better than ready-to-wear. And here, as you can see, we have a condensed around the minus 25% sales in 2020, as they said, average. However, differences exist between countries, as we can see. France, you see the little green up top of there. France resists better than other countries, followed by Italy, where lingerie stores were open, being considered as essential services. Third comes Germany. Spain was more affected, and even more so was the UK and Ireland, who felt the burden of COVID plus Brexit situation. In terms of best-selling categories, the results match other retail channels. We can clearly see sleep and loungewear scoring number 1, overtaking bra sets in Italy, Germany, and Spain. Daywear underwent a significant rise, especially in Spain and Germany. Sport bra are not carried by all the stores, however, it scored well in Germany and the UK. As for style, the preference goes to unwired and seamless bras, which are clearly moving away from the traditional American bralette to more creative and hybrid styles. Now, let's see what the top 500 boutiques' buying intentions are for 2021. Here you see that more than half of the stores will definitely keep their usual vendors for this year. This is particularly true in France and Germany. Part of the store in Spain and Germany will be reducing the number of brands. And Italian boutiques will stay true to their habit of always offering new brands to their clientele, and they're actually changing their portfolio. Last UK stores are considering modifying their portfolio in order to face the post-Brexit situation. But what are the expectations of our top 500 boutiques clients? Let's see what the client says. Comfort, no doubt, comes well before fit. Materials and price stand very close. Fashion seems less relevant. Sustainability remains a quite unclear concept. These are the consolidated data for Europe, but in terms of expectation, countries can be very different. So, comfort is king everywhere, that's true. Fit is meaningful, especially in Germany, but not so much in Spain. Materials are significant in Italy, but quite irrelevant in the UK and Ireland. Price is a main concern in Spain, and the concept of health and well-being is clearly associated with Germany. France is the most concerned about origin of the product, and so is Italy. Fashion is still a best importance criteria for Italians, and Germany becomes first for sustainability.
Thank you, Francesca. So that was a very interesting overview of the independent boutique circuit on a European level and what elements are perceived as being crucial in each country. We are about to dive into the evening's highlights, but first, make yourselves comfortable, and apropos of the importance of product origins for Italians, let yourselves be teleported to the city of Turin, Torino.
You would want to come with me. You would want to come with me. So why don't you just come on over and look at me on the shoulder? Or maybe that's not what you had in mind. So why don't you just put your arm in me and we can see where it begins? And maybe let me tell you that's just fine. Maybe that's just fine.
The moment has come to reveal the highly awaited results of the Best Boutique Brand Awards. But first, we need a premise. Francesca, please.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we know how sensitive ranking brand can be. This is why we invite you to consider this with kindness, only to congratulate and never to discredit. This is the spirit of the event, which we help the lingerie community to move forward together. And don't forget, 2021 results have yet to be done.
Thank you. So, let's proceed and start by revealing the results of our first country, which is France. At the very heart of the business of French boutiques, lingerie sets have a couple of surprises in store for us. Simone Perel is climbing its way up, and Aubade is now poised at prima donna's heels. This segment is the most promising in France. Interesting to note the progress made by French brand Louise Braque, closing in on Empreinte. Dominating the category strongly in first place is Prima Donna. Very dominant role with an overwhelming majority compared to other brands. This category was definitely thrust into the spotlight in 2020. Swiss brand Kalida scored well. However, Le Chat is firmly in first place when it comes to the best-selling brands. Legwear is a less prevalent category in French boutiques. Nevertheless, German brand Falke makes a breakthrough along with Berthe au Grand Pied, a brand 100% made in France. Walford remains top of the list. Similarly to loungewear, daywear can boast a successful performance for the year 2020. We would like to point out the result achieved by Kalida, although it is Italian brand Oscalito, which once again brings home a crushing victory. Results were quite uneven throughout France as concerns swimwear. Worthy of note are the good results achieved by Dénudé and Pain de Sucre. Dominating sales, however, we have Antigel of the Lise Charmel Group, which for several years now has been acclaimed as the French favourite swimwear brand. Here we have to applaud the success of Aubade Men, which for the very first time has overtaken the specialist of this segment, Homme. In the eyes of French stores, Lise Charmel is without a doubt the unrivaled best-selling brand for the luxury category. Thank you. So those were the results of the best-selling brands for France. And we should now be able to connect with our first guest speaker of the evening, Dario Casalini, CEO of Magnificio Po Oscalito, the brand which received more nominal votes in France regardless of the category.
Good evening, Dario.
Good evening. Buonasera, Dario.
Ciao,
Welcome.
Dario.
Hi to everybody. Thank you very much for the invitation. And obviously, Oscalito is so proud and honored to be the winner of a prize that is very special for us because of the jury it comes from, that are our clients, our retailer, our partners. We think that the most important legacy of this pandemic year probably is the imperative to slow down. So the size of the environmental and social footprint of the textile industry has proven largely unsustainable. It makes no sense, according to us, to consider old and outdated models and trends that were in fashion only a few months earlier. There's no point in producing disposable clothes that last the space of a weekend. It makes no sense to create all this collective panic for a few months of lockdown, which in a space of a life or a professional history represents little or nothing.
Correct.
What a few months mean if compared to a life or to a job career, as our retailer were doing.
Grazie, Dario.
Thank you,
Grazie,
Dario.
Dario.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And congratulations. And A message of vital importance there from Oscalito, definitely. And we move on now to La Bella Italia. In brass sets, you will notice that Ambra has soared in and is a new entry in our list of finalists, while Lise Charmel has moved up. No surprise at the top. As in past years, Chantal confirms its overwhelming victory. In Italy, this is a dynamic sector. German brands Anita and Rosa Fire have made substantial progress. Belgian brand Prima Donna has soared very near to the top. However, once again, Chantal holds on tight to the number one position. This category is dominated by a number of renowned international experts. For the second consecutive year, Spanish brand Genera confirms it is top of the game. The Germans advance. Worthy of note are the entry of Tree Action by Triumph into the top brands and the amazing achievement by Anita Active, which excels in first place. This category is the real 2020 star in terms of sales in Italy. In the medium and medium-high ranges, we have new entries, Amadine, Bisbigli, Noi di Notte, while Annette Lingerie has progressed. The high-end segment continues to be dominated by Paladini. And for the first time, we see Vertissima conquer the first position. This category's top 5 are substantially stable, although we must point out the dynamic move by the King of Socks, Gallo. Once again this year, Walford is the winner of the match. As regards daily underwear, Samma and Verdissima performed well in 2020. The category, however, is dominated by the experts of knitwear, first and foremost, Oscalito. For Italy, it is vital we make the following premise. As our store panel specializes in intimate apparel, our results might not coincide with the results of swimwear specialists. Among our best sellers, fit and larger cup specialists have gained ground. Anita, Rosa Fire, Sunflare. Fashion and beach couture dominate the top 5. Here we have, of course, pin-up stars, and note how Raffaella D'Angelo has skyrocketed all the way up beside it. The winner, bringing together fit and style, is Marion Melhorn. 3 new entries. Kalida for quality underwear nightwear, Calvin Klein for designer brands, Red for socks. Standing at the summit is Julipet, predominant especially in high-end sleep and loungewear. Amongst the more interesting dynamics in Italy, we would like to point out Ermanno Cervino and Max Mara Leisure. Dominating the bestsellers, Paladini confirms it is the brand of reference in the high-end domain. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all the brands for their results in Italy. So I now would like to welcome our second industry speaker, who tonight is Mr. Patrice Kretz, Chairman and CEO of the Chantal Group. Good evening, which has been leading the Italian lingerie market for many years now. Good evening, welcome, and congratulations.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Kretz. Merci d'être avec nous.
Bonsoir, good evening, and grazie Italia. So proud of having this award from the Italian market. So I'm very happy to be with you tonight, even if it's quite special. Looking back at 2020, which is a very special year, try to see which were the key learnings, at least for me, from this year. I would say the first key learning is to be humble and agile. We're in a world which is changing rapidly. What was true yesterday will not necessarily be true tomorrow. So we have to adapt ourselves all the time, adapt ourselves both in terms of merchandising, but also in terms of communication, in terms of as well in the way we are selling our products, but always capitalize on our strengths and points of differentiation. The second key learning for me is to focus on safe and proven products. The times are difficult, so it's certainly not now that we should take too many risks. Best sellers have proved to be successful, and we have to continue to capitalize on products that were well accepted by our customers. Third key learning is proximity and service to customers, which is becoming critical. We can see that last year, 2 distribution channels have been sort of resisting well. The first one is the web, the second one is specialty stores. In both cases, you have some sort of proximity, whether it's physical proximity or virtual proximity, but in both cases, it is something that is being demanded by our customers. Of course, ideally, if you can combine the two, it will probably be a recipe for success. And finally, I think we have emerging trends that continued or that were really cleared last year. First is demand for comfort. I think we've seen that from what Francesca shared with us. Second is trust and reliability in the brands the consumers are buying. And then finally, consumers are looking for easy solutions, both in terms of products and in the way they are purchasing their products. So we have to take that also into account. And finally, I would say that I'm convinced that specialty stores in this very special moment where the crisis we have been going through have really a role to play in the coming months and years.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very promising future
Thanks a lot.
for us. Thank you, Mr. Kretz.
And now we would like to transition to Spain. Let's discover the results of the best-selling brands for Spain.
2020 mobility limitations have led to significant changes in Spanish consumers' habits. They have rediscovered local shops as a great opportunity to continue shopping for pretty and fashionable bra sets. The winner of this category is Prima Donna. Plus-size lingerie commands great consumer loyalty and is another category which has helped retailers hold on to sales in 2020. And again, following Chantel and Anita, the winner is Prima Donna. An interesting selection of brands can be seen performing well in this product category. Shapewear, even in a pandemic, is a must-have in stores. Top of the list here is Genera. Due to a healthier lifestyle, sports bras have become essential in Spanish stores. The clear winner here is Anita Active. Lockdown at home and the increase of teleworking have boosted sales of pajamas and loungewear, and this category has become the king of the home and the king of the shop. Leading this category is Spanish brand Barandi. 2020 seems to have been one of the worst years for hosiery, but thanks to outdoor leggings collections, this category has survived. With Walford strongly in second place, at the top we find Genera. So much time at home and a loss of purchasing power have enabled the rise of comfort and functionality. For this reason, basic lingerie has been one of the most relevant product categories for boutiques in 2020. And here, Chantal reigns supreme. Swimwear represented an important part of the turnover for 34% of the Spanish retailers. Our list of finalists presents two interesting points: a consistent group of Spanish brands as well as 4 Marion Melhorn brands on the list. And the winner is Antigel. Important to comment that men's underwear is a very relevant category for 20% of Spanish shops in their overall business. The top 3, John Frank, Impetus, and Calvin Klein leading the game. Luxury lingerie has suffered particularly under this crisis. Only the best brands have seduced the boutiques and consumers. And our best-selling brand here is André Sarda.
Congratulations to the best-selling brands in Spain. We would now like to welcome our third speaker for the evening, the head of design of the Van der Velde Group, Lisbeth van der Velde. Good evening. Hello and welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Hi, good evening, Lisbeth.
Good evening, Lisbeth.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. First and foremost, we are very, very happy with this great award, and especially in these challenging times. And I would like to thank our retail partners for their support and this great recognition.
Absolutely.
As a company, we have taken the unexpected COVID situation as an opportunity to review our next collections and select strong commercial families that appeal to consumers and increase traffic to stores. We have contacted many retail partners to understand their needs and concerns, and their feedback was translated into clear actions for us. Deliveries of certain families of collections were postponed to improve inventory rotations, and there was a clear and transparent communication about the measures and the changes in the collections. And the sellout after the stores were allowed to reopen have given us a clear direction on what commercial focus we should place on our brands and how we can make our business future-proof. As you can see, we are optimistic about the future of our brands and the lingerie industries in general. But however, we cannot rest on our laurels. We need to remain committed to innovation and continue to adapt to the ever-changing market. We need to continue to grow together with our retail partners and strengthen each other.
Thank you very much, Lisbeth.
Thank you.
Thank you from Lisbeth van der Velde. And we are now moving on to Germany.
For 2020 in this category, retailers especially praised the partnership with Van der Velde for the solutions offered by the company to get through the crisis together. But once again, Marie-Jo is the best-selling brand. In this category, we would like to mention the development of Empreinte and Ulla, whose performance is amazing. But once again, Prima Donna has defended its position. The hype for this product category seems to have worn off a while ago, and consumers are mainly buying shapewear simply to meet their needs. Spanx No. 1 is the brand that made this kind of bodywear so well known. In this category, it must be said that Anita Active has taken on an outstanding position and has a very dominant role with an overwhelming majority compared to other brands. This is a category which has actually benefited from the pandemic. Consumers prefer comfortable, easygoing products to wear in the home or during home office hours. According to our survey, May has taken over the #1 position, closely followed by Kalida. What does daywear mean in the German market? We understand it as products such as singlets, vests, comfortable briefs, bralettes and soft bras. Again, May performs excellently in this category with an exceptional win at a remarkable distance from the other brands. Because of the first German lockdown in the months of March and April, the swimwear sales had a late start. Although the entire season for this category has been postponed, Sunflare was the best seller. Season after season in the luxury category, the influence of Aubade seems to be growing. In Germany, Aubade is the brand for that special something extra.
Thank you. And congratulations to all the best-selling brands in Germany. Now, our fourth speaker is the Managing Director of May, Matthias May, who is actually still busy in an ongoing board meeting, but he was kind enough to send us a message. So let's listen to what he has to say to us.
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to share some thoughts with you tonight. I do strongly believe that the core values of each brand are extremely important in these times. Our success is based on a steady demand for the highest standards of quality in everything we do. Being a strong brand means creating trust and liability. Not many industries beside the lingerie business will have such a unique chance to run a successful brick-and-mortar business within the future. In no other business, you're so close with your customers and being able of building such a unique relationship. Exceptional service and personal experiences will be the success factors also in the future.
Matthias May, Managing Director of May. And finally, we fly across the channel to find out the results for the UK and Ireland.
A very strong category in the UK and Ireland, British and French brands always perform well. For the third year running, Empreinte just clipped Fantasy to the leading position. All of our finalists were commended for their excellent fit, depth of sizing and comfort, and interesting to see Aubade amongst the top 4 for the first time ever. This sector is driven by social media, vocal influencers, depth of fit and the body positive movement, and no one has done this better than the Elomi brand, part of the Warhol Group. Competitors such as Empreinte, Prima Donna and Sculptress are starting to close the gap. In the UK and Ireland, when consumers buy shapewear, they normally look to American brands to fulfill the need. And it is no surprise that US brands took the top 3 slots. Maidenform Warhol, Naomi and Nicole, and Miracle Suit at the top. It was a poor year for sales though, as special occasions were cancelled again and again. Sports bra sales had a good year in 2020, and the two frontrunners, Anita Active and Panache Sports, continue to vie for top slot, with Anita Active emerging as the winner this time round, and Shock Absorber coming in third. Both the frontrunners are recognised and praised for their comfort and range of back and cup sizes. The true winner of 2020. As consumers' lifestyles and desires changed, it was Cyber Jammies with its moderate pricing, quality and good service that took the top slot. Black Spade and May came in joint second, both brands offering a wide range of garment types and fabrication. There was not a great deal of demand for fancy or high-fashion legwear last year, but we find that Falke has overtaken Walford as favourite, and Commando makes a surprise appearance in third position, while Italian brand Trasparenze makes its first ever appearance in the ratings. Consumers seem to be paying more attention to wearable and durable products with a high-value, high-quality ratio. This category suffered the most from the first lockdown in 2020. Where sales were made, it was Rosa Fire that was mentioned the most, and 5 brands, Chantel, Fantasy, Lise Charmel, Prima Donna and Sunflare, share second place. Retailers found it difficult to make judgments based on the depressed sales figures. There was still a desire for seductive and luxurious lingerie for the consumer to spoil themselves with a treat. Self-pampering, boredom and indeed a little naughtiness meant that Aubade had a great year in the UK. Empreinte and Lise Charmel were also well appreciated.
And congratulations to the best-selling brands in the UK and Ireland. So our fifth speaker tonight is Marketing and Sales Director of the Anita Group. It's my pleasure to welcome Clemens Friemel. Good evening.
Hi, Clemens. Welcome.
Good evening, Clemens.
Hello, Francesca. Hello, Marco.
Congratulations.
Good evening. Yeah, it's really an honor for us to win the categories in sports bras in all countries, UK, Italy, Spain, Germany and UK, Ireland. I'm very happy. I didn't expect it, but there's also a lot of work behind these products you can imagine.
For sure, Clemens.
I mean, in total, you asked me to report a little bit about the situation. The situation is still difficult. I mean, for you retailers, with all the lockdowns last year and now ongoing, it's not easy, but also for us as manufacturer and for the delivery of the products, it's also not easy. I mean, we lost altogether a lot of money last year and also this year. But on the other hand, I think it's just another crisis. It's a hard and long one, but if you look back the last decades, we always had this crisis in different forms. And yeah, so in total, I think it's today about consistency and reliability. And this makes us together strong, the producers and the retailers and our end consumers. And what I also think is that good and sustainable companies will also make it through the crisis good. And even more, I think there's also, like Van de Velde said, the chance to get out of this crisis better than before. Yeah, with more innovative products, with very nice collections, and let's say also with a warehouse packed full of products that we can deliver then directly and fast after the crisis.
Correct.
So I think if the industry, and we did this, for example, if the industry used the lockdown now in the last months to get even better, I think we can together come out of the crisis. If there's the reopening, we can go out with a good situation and make it then in the next months even better. So thank you very much. This is my wish. All the best and hope to see you soon personally.
Thank you, Clemens.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Clemens Friemel. Thank you, Marketing and Sales Director of the Anita Group. So we have come to the end of our division by country, but in order to complete the picture, we consolidated our data to find out the brand performance on a European level. So maybe, Francesca, you could tell us a little bit more about this.
Yes, at this point we were curious to see what would be the brand's position by country, no matter the categories. Here is the ranking of brands mentioned by at least 10% of our top 500 European retail panel. It is interesting to notice how difficult it is to have a balanced position in Europe. Here Primadonna confirms its impressive leadership, with Chantel and Anita Artif as best of the rest. Then we wanted to evaluate the lingerie group performances, and we did this by consolidating all the brands within the same group. In this case, the Van de Velde and Anita group score number 1 and 2, with Waco Europe stepping onto the stage and actually overtaking Chantel Lingerie thanks to its performance in the UK and Ireland. Last, a quick look on the dynamics of each brand within the groups.
Surprise! Well, I find all this data actually quite fascinating, and I think it opens up a very unique and comprehensive insight into the independent boutique sales sector, providing us with information which is actually quite unparalleled and hard to come by in the industry. So this actually brings us to the end of the very first edition of the Best Boutique Brand Awards. We hope you have found it insightful and illustrative of how the market is trending. We again would like to thank all the supporting brands and all the stores who participated. In these strange times, we look forward to a good year of business, networking, creativity, and collaboration. So we would like to reconnect with our partners as well. Thank you, everyone, for being with us. And thank you, Francesca. Thank you, Marco. Thank you to our partners, Laura, Pam, and Petra. Thank you to all our speakers. Thank you to all our moderators. Thank you to Laura. Thank you to Geraldine. Thank you to the stores. And thank you to our technical
Audrey, may I say a few words?
Absolutely.
Just out of the program.
Yes.
Well, to all of you, if we made it, you can make it.
So may it be a good 2021 for everybody.
Thanks a lot
Great
for
year.
participating.
Mucho ánimo a todos